Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and we're here with another narrated Pokemon battle. So this is going to be a battle against Gamer MZ, and this is actually going to be a PU battle. And you might have noticed on my team, I have a Meganium. So Meganium's Jesse's favorite Pokemon, and I really wanted to try it out, see what it can survive, what it could do for us. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm actually going to lead off with that. And here I kind of make a silly play. I probably should have switched into Quillfish, get the Intimidate on this Beedrill, but I was actually thinking I want to stay in and get a Reflect up. I might be able to live whatever Beedrill does, as no, it's going to go for an Acid Downpour right off the bat. So unfortunately, Meganium here trying to shine, it just took a nasty Acid Downpour to the face, and it's not going to live that at all. So unfortunately, Meganium goes down right off the bat, and it didn't even do anything. But here I'm going to go into Flareon, and I'm actually hoping that I can get a nice Flame Charge, but the Beedrill actually ends up being faster too. So Beedrill's a Pokemon I don't see that often. I don't usually do PU battles, so I don't know like the speed tier of all these Pokemon. But yeah, Beedrill is actually going to outspeed us, hit us with a Drill Run, and that's going to be another turn where I make a questionable play that's going to end up hurting this. But yeah, we get the Toxic Orb. This is a Guts set, so there's that. And I'm going to have to switch Flareon out. Flareon does look like it still could do something. And of course I do know Cacturne usually carries Sucker Punch. So I'm going to go into my Spark Kitty here, my Luxray. And I'm going to Intimidate this thing. So that's basically what I'm going to do here. And my opponent's going to switch out here. I'm not going to stay in on my Spark Kitty, not at a -1 attack with that Intimidate. And I'm just going to go for a Fire Fang, but it's not really going to do much to Sableye. But I'm kind of nervous about Sableye here because this thing could do some really cool shenanigans with Prankster. I'm going to go into Quillfish. This is my bulky Pokemon. And this thing's going to get a Calm Mind. So yeah, that's kind of scary. This thing is trying to set up on me, and I don't want that to happen. Of course, this Quillfish does have Haze, so that's going to be a good thing here. Unfortunately, we're going to be burnt, but, I mean, that's not the worst thing. I mean, it's not good, but it's not the worst thing. I'm going to Taunt and then Haze, try to put some more pressure on the Sableye here. But, yeah, I feel like probably first turn I should have went Quillfish on the Beedrill, intimidated it. This thing would be able to live an Acid Downpour very easily, but unfortunately, we stayed in with Meganium. That was a bad misplay on my part. But yeah, now we're going to take a Shadow Ball. After the Haze, it doesn't really do that much to us, so that's really good. Quillfish is looking very good here, and I'm going to try to get some spikes up. I don't really see anything on my opponent's team other than Masquerain. I think Masquerain gets Defog, but I don't see anything that really can get rid of the spikes. And of course, I want to get spikes up so I can break the Sash on Crustle. Crustle often has like Sturdy or a Sash. So that's what I want to do there, break that Sturdy, and I'm just going to continue Scalding. If I can get the burn on this thing, that's going to be great, but unfortunately we don't, and I didn't really want to switch into anything. And this Sableye is kind of a problem now that we see it's a special attacking set. I don't really have a special defensive Pokemon now that Meganium's gone, so I'm going to go into my Haunter here, as my opponent gets a Prankster Calm Mind, trying to get some more survivability, so it doesn't, you know, go down to my Shadow Ball. But I'm going to go ahead Dazzling Gleam instead, because that's a move that this thing gets, and we're going to be able to finish off the Sableye. So that's good. This is my Haunter. I really like using Haunter in PU. It's a really cool Pokemon here. It's basically like a Gengar that never lost its Levitate ability. So that's really cool, but I'm not going to stay in because I'm kind of nervous about Manectric here hitting me. I see that Haunter is going to really be my best bet at winning this at this point because so many of my Pokemon has went down. So yeah, very important Pokemon too, like Quillfish, Meganium. So I'm going to go into my Spark Kitty once again. This time I'm going to go Night Slash, trying to get some sort of damage on this thing. Manectric's kind of a problem for me. I don't really have anything for it. But I'm just going to continue hitting it with Night Slash. We take a Flamethrower, and we're going to finish off Manectric here. So that's really good. But unfortunately, Cacturne is going to come back in. And like I said, this thing has Sucker Punch. So knowing that, I'm actually going to switch out here because that's what I'm predicting, a Sucker Punch, and that will be enough to take out Spark Kitty, unfortunately. So I'm going to go into Armaldo, hoping that Armaldo could do something here, but instead my opponent goes Seed Bomb, and that actually does a lot of damage. I was hoping Armaldo would take that better. It doesn't. So I'm thinking this is actually a Banded Cacturne now, since that did so much damage. So what I'm going to do is go back into Spark Kitty just for the Intimidate on this thing. I do think this thing is locked into Seed Bomb, but I need to Intimidate it, make it a little bit easier to handle, and I don't really... I'm hoping Armaldo might do something. I don't know. I've never used Armaldo before, so I don't know how well it does, but I'm trying to play around this, and now I'm going to go into my Haunter, and I'm hoping Haunter could do some work here. And since I do know this thing is probably banded, I'm going to Sludge Bomb, and that will be enough to finish off Cacturne, so that's really good there. So Haunter is still looking very good, but now my opponent goes into this Masquerain, and Masquerain's a Pokemon that I don't see that often either. I'm thinking it might have Quiver Dance, something like that. So what I'm going to do is actually try to switch into Armaldo on maybe a Quiver Dance. I don't know. I'm trying to play around this thing, and I want to be able to bring in something to threaten it. We're going to sack off Armaldo, though. So now I'm going to go back into Haunter. I was actually hoping that maybe Armaldo could live something, but after that, no, it's clear that it's not. And I'm going to just go Sludge Bomb as one last ditch effort to finish this thing off. And it's not going to be enough. So really, if I stayed in with Haunter, it would have been the same situation. We'd have lost Haunter, and nothing would have been able to outspeed this thing anyway, because I know Masquerain has decent speed. So I'm going to go Flareon. Flareon's not going to outspeed this thing, and it's got Scald too, so that's a thing. Scald would have probably... Yeah, it would have been able to finish off Armaldo anyway, even if I didn't sack it off there. So, yeah, we lost that one. That was a good game there. Unfortunately, I feel like I did some horrible misplays very early on, especially with Meganium and Quillfish. I really needed those there at the end, and I kind of wasted them on, you know, especially Meganium. I really wasted it there at the beginning. So maybe next time if I do a PU battle, we'll try to play Meganium better. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.